Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever una dey watch we from. It don't taste small we can't owner, but we really gladdy for the can't owner again this afternoon. We tell God thank you. Say we able for there and for come talk to we all for let we can hear a little bit from we unifier, Dr. Richard Konteh, Edonte, and I want to bring plenty greetings to we all. The last 10 way we been there on this show, um, now be last year, 2023, but now we don't enter the new year. Today don't be the 6th. So I want to tell God thank you for well body. Want to tell God thank you for life. And I want to wish all we listeners out there a happy new year. I wish everybody a prosperous 2024. If you don't tune in, they ask you for share the link where you take for tuning. I also want to make everybody where they listen to we. Remember, say when I can catch we now all we social media platform them. We they on LinkedIn, we they on Facebook, we they on WhatsApp, we they on YouTube, we they on all the social media platform them. And also, when I can go on www.richardcontent.com for make una also tune in and Yeri directly from the unifier. Welcome back, all we listeners. Una, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate una time. We appreciate una presence, Naya. As usual, without any further ado, I want to bring on the man himself, Dr. Richard Konteh. Make it come on and can tell we ado. Dr. Richard Konteh.
Humble them on a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever on a find yourself for this time of the day. A pleasure for me for come online again today for share my thoughts, share my ideas, share my perspectives about the country, about the party, and things that happen around. And I will look forward to proper.
Fumble them and tuna self no. Internet na salon, not always the best. So it look like say we did get a little bit of connectivity issues, but una hang in there. We go definitely get back to Dr. Konteh and make we go yeri from him. In the meantime, I want to encourage una we day online. If una get any questions, we una go like for ask the unifier, please una no hesitate. Una send una questions them in because idenaya today and he ready for answer una question them. Also, I want to encourage everybody where maybe you not get chance for ask you question right now, no hesitate. Whether you watch the show live or you watch them later, you can always send your question because people then they will monitor and go forward the question then to the unifier and your question then go get answered in due course. So as we dey try again for make sure say we get with connection with Dr. Richard Konteh, the unifier. I just want for draw on our attention a little bit. I don't know how many of you have been read in Christmas message to we. Um, and one of the key things there where this man stand for now for bring unity to we country. I don't think say anybody go deny say right now one of the major things and then the way we country need we need unity. I don't think say anybody go deny say the kind division the way we they see in our country along tribal lines, along regional lines, along political lines don't become so deeply entrenched that it almost they make we enemies. And when you think about it, Salon a small country. If you go beyond enough, if you move beyond enough, we go must meet up with your family to the person wey you dey talk to. Whether or not una come out the same tribe or una come out na the same region na the country, check no more. You must meet up usai una family, usai una get connection. So salon too small for let we get them kind divide them day. But we don't get Dr. Konteh back, so I will turn the floor over to you, Dr. Konteh, for make you continue your greetings to the listeners of the Unified TV radio program.
Yeah, so they say earlier on, I just again for engaging people all over the world, and I thank you very much, Valda, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Konteh. So we just don't enter a new year, and I'm sure you get something for say to the people then for the new year. Um, May just don't wish we listener there a happy new year and a prosperous new year. I want to turn over to you. Maybe you could take a couple of minutes for just wish we listeners. What do you wish for them for this 2024?
Well, we don't enter a new year. 2024 don't come with new breeze, and I want to just wish every Sierra Leonean, every person who mean well for Sierra Leone, a happy new year. We pray that this year will be a year of peace, a year of stability, a year of happiness, a year of improvement, a year in which we will look back to say things are changing, things are becoming better, and we can all see each other as brothers and sisters and live in peace, the United Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. Well, I want for get into some questions right now. You say 2024 don't carry it your own breeze, and one of the breeze the way you carry it. Now, with respect to we party, the APC party, I mean we party they go through some real trying times right now. And one of the things that we seem for the trend now social media. Now, this idea of we constitution and within they talk about when we been hit, I think December 27. It is a right now as it stands, we party not really get a leader because of we constitution and the way we constitution written. So I just want for go through that one day. In fact, the article where they talk about now, Article 47A4. And I read exactly from the Constitution. It said, where the national leader fails to be elected president of Sierra Leone, he shall relinquish the position of national leader 6 months after the final declaration of election results by the National Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone, notwithstanding any petition filed in the Supreme Court or pursuant to any law. And such position shall remain vacant until another election for the party's presidential candidate is conducted pursuant to this constitution. There seems to be a lot of confusion about what this mean, about how the party for interpret them. And I wonder if you can throw some light on this particular area of we constitution for we. Where's the party at with respect to this question?
Well, me not a lawyer, so I'm not going to attempt to do the job of a lawyer. Me go only read literally like how you read out and foresee waiting the provision say. And I also believe say the party gets a leadership who will get a responsibility for protect the constitution. And I believe say then self get a understanding and get legal advisors to the party, also for guide the party in times to go through any issues we get for do with the constitution. So I would therefore want for differ and left that question to the leadership of the party for make them give the interpretation of the provisions of the. That said, I want to also just state say the sanctity of the constitution get for be respected, and I believe say we for do our best for ensure say we not do any dabaru game with the constitution because that the supreme instrument will guide our operation. I do understand the complexity of the situation that we party right now. I do understand the nuances where they are at play, but I believe say either way, the sanctity of the paramount and the leadership, including the legal team, will provide the necessary leadership for ensure say we not derail the process.
Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. You can always give some really astute answers where I can ask you questions. I want for move we on a little bit more somewhere around this topic with respect to the tripartite committee and the work we they do, because then they get also for do with some of the turbulence where we particularly experience. Um, I'm sure, like me, Yusuf want for see the APC continue for be the mighty APC where we know and for be, and now that make you accept the position of or help out with the tripartite committee. I've been just want to ask you if you can give me maybe first of all enlighten me um, about exactly waiting at the mandate of this committee. And then maybe you can go into some, give me some ideas of how the progress don't they go with this particular mandate within the committee.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll go out for provide some background for help inform why we get to this stage. You know, say we go to the polls on the 24th of June, 2023, and we get elected. Unfortunately, at the end of the electoral process, there was clearly a lack of transparency, a lack of authenticity in the way in which election go about collation announcement of, and that feeling or that opinion being shared by almost all the observer nations, from new to Carter Center to the EU to the Commonwealth to ECOWAS. Everybody share the view for say the process, especially with the tabulation and announcement of results, be less than transparent and it be fraught with some inconsistencies, statistical inconsistencies, where they bring into question waiting at the eventual outcome. And so, because of this and because of the past experiences where APC don't get a political party with the judiciary in Sierra Leone, the party decide for boycott the entire governance structure in protest and say, okay, now the our gods, now they want for govern, let them govern. But we know will be a party to this kind of situation. So there was a stalemate in the country for some time, for some months, for over 3 months. And so in their wisdom, ECOWAS and the Commonwealth Secretariat decided for come in or mediate under the auspices of the Peace Commission, where we get locally inside Sierra Leone, and then bring together the APC and the SNPP government. In that engagement, both parties been therefore nominate 9 people, we been go into a dialogue session for 3 days. At the end of that dialogue, then sign a communique. And in this communique, they agree on a number of things, including the fact that the president will make a statement, the APC for come back into governance, and then we go examine the processes where surround the 2024 elections, other elections. We look at how they go about and the policies, the entire processes and things about that. Look at the work of the elections management bodies. Then they go also for say for look at the prisoners then where they be detained for politically motivated reasons, therefore free them. And they also say the cases that were politically motivated with, therefore bring them to a close, and then for also set up some sort of a cross-party, inter-party dialogue mechanism we go allow for ensure say the political parties that will get a forum beside them with a bid for the discourse and the share ideas for avoid a repeat of some of the ugly occurrences this year. They also agree say even the leaders of these parties, former presidents, former vice presidents, the leaders of these parties, they also forget a forum. They said they meet and engage so that They can be moral guarantors for the rest of the membership, and they can also help for forestall any unfortunate incidents that could happen to the school. They also say, well, we also know, say, yeah, the process of electioneering, we get some people where for various motivations, they be engaged in the use of certain language where by their own description, they say it not help for further peace and unity in the country. And so they say make all parties they try for ensure those types of things they reduce. So these are some of the, basically in a nutshell, the 8 points where they agree on. You know? And the APC on its own part, it don't fulfill the own requirements, it don't go don't ask members for go back into governance. So now we wait on the government for play its own part. We still they wait for no to the prisoners we supposed for the custody of government. We still they wait for no to the don't decide cases. We don't initiate the process for the dialogue. We wait for see how that go pan out over time. We still the wait for see how then we deal with the around leadership. Forget the atmosphere. So there's more camaraderie in terms of the engagement. So these are some of the outstanding issues. So, but for resolution 3 in particular, where they deal with the 2023 elections and other elections, they've been agreed, say, therefore set up a committee where a tripartite committee. And this committee forgets membership from the APC, from SLPP government, and from the partners. So APC don't nominate 7 people where they got a special grace, humbled enough for they are glad for be part of that 7-man committee. And the SLPP don't give their own 7 people, and the partners don't give the one of the co-chairs, the person of the resident coordinator for the United Nations system of this country. So this committee now then they sit down and look at resolution 3, we go for deal with the election management bodies for try to see waiting the situation with the 2023 elections, waiting go not go wrong, and for see which remedial actions that we recommend, plus which measures going forward we go put in place for ensure say we forestall a repeat of whatever they will consider as unfortunate things that will happen in these elections. So that committee is a place we will get some small issues, but please say on the 21st of December, the work of the committee effectively starts. And part of the first steps where we take now to make both parties and share the draft terms of reference with each other. And that happened. And we also don't get both parties for nominating 2 people each for try to look at the structure, composition, and nature of the secretariat where they provide support to the work of this committee. I hope also lucky for being part of the 2 people from the APC, where join the 2 people from the SLPP for come up with the terms of reference for the secretariat, the budget, the manpower needs, those type of issues. And I'm pleased to say we don't start with the
Wow.
time for Tuesday the night where the full committee meet for the first time.
I'm sorry, Dr. Konteh, if I can interrupt for a second, please. Dr. Konteh, sorry, if I can interrupt for a second. You just begin describe this 4-man committee where they kind of work for, make sure, say, the secretariat of the tripartite committee fulfill their obligations. And then you got cut off. The volume will not be the area again. You can back up to that point there, please.
Yeah, we set up a 4-man tripartite committee. An ad hoc committee of the tripartite committee. And that committee would on the work yesterday and today, and please say we've done tremendous progress, and we will meet again on Monday for try to finalize the venue. We feel say the committee will be getting sittings and a few nuts and bolts we need to tighten up. And we will be ready for present. We report to the full session of the tripartite committee on Tuesday. The tripartite committee get 3 co-chairs. For APC, we get Dr. Kaifala Mara. For LP, we get Dr. Emmanuel Gaima. And for the partners, we get the resident coordinator as one of the co-chairs. And we look forward to that meeting on Tuesday for Kickstart the process. I believe so in that meeting, we get 3 days for harmonize the terms of reference for we work, and then for agree on some, I would say, housekeeping issues in terms of how we go engage and move forward. So those are the things we could do, and the trust say the process, everybody go inside in good faith, and we all go act in the best of the country, Sierra Leone.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Konteh, for throwing light on that and for bringing me up to speed with some of the progress when I don't make. We know say people then seem for they get really huge hopes for this tripartite committee, and some of the question they way they out there now, whether we they look we for they expect a rerun, or whether we for they expect for an in-depth um, investigation with the disaggregated 2023 election results. Outside the committee they had with respect to then two hoping they were seen for be prevalent na social media and people they mind their way when they talk about this.
Well, me not speculate. I don't tell you say we guided by the communique where they sign and resolution 3 of the communique very clear. They will examine the 2023 elections and other elections for try for look. But more importantly, 2023 elections we get to look at the EMBs, how they perform themselves. And then no, I don't want to preempt the outcome of the work of the committee. When they start work Tuesday for getting the terms of reference in place, and when we get the terms of reference in place, we will move to the next level now into the substance.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. So, folks, you have it on Adoyeri. The work of the tripartite committee will start very soon, and we're not going to forget responses and answers to those musings and questions where we get now we mind. But for now, I just want to say again, you're listening to the Unifier Radio TV show. You can reach us on www.richardkonteh.com. And if you dare, you tune in, they ask you for share the link where you use for tuning to your friends, your families, your friends of friends. Let them self tune in and can listen to some of the question there where Dr. Konteh the answer for we Naya. Back to we questioning. I want to turn we a little bit to we economy. And I want for just talk a little bit about some the bread and butter issues. I do a little bit of research, and there's this group where they call themselves Trading Economics. Then claims say inflation nas alone is 60.34%, and then go in a little bit more in depth and clarify say when they talk about inflation. Some of the larger economic indicators, now things like daily food, clothing, footwear, like the bare necessities of life. I've been just want to ask you how this they impact the general population, because I recently heard somebody they talk say he travel, he come back and 6 months later he find himself they pay 3 times as much for medication where he been buy before he traveled the 6 months. Then he come back 6 months later, he pay almost triple the price. And it talk say before he traveled, he get water every day. Now he get water 3 days a week. How this they impact, we general population people in us alone, because It difficult for imagine, but we not did it.
It affects them adversely, very, very adverse. The situation is really desperate, and it will become worse by the. You talk about the general inflation, it is around 6. But when you look at food inflation, it is over 64%, right?
That's right.
And
Yes.
it will continue for, because 1 month ago, the bag of rice was 750.
Folks, like we all know, internet now with Konteh is not the best. But this same website where they look, then talk about um, the food inflation being well over 100%. In fact, then quote a whopping 215% for food inflation. And I know, I'm sure we all they just wonder, say, wow, how on earth anybody able for live na then kind situation then they like Emiso, Usai Ade is considered one of the more expensive cities in the West. Um, and we know how we they suffer where we did Naya. But when you think about Salone, we job they not day. We now get a huge um private sector we go kind of step in and fill in the gaps with respect to employment. Now government now we largest employer, and we know say government as it is, all man they try for reward the one the way you think see they for them. So we they see rampant sackings, we they see all the thing in the because as far as me see them, then get for pull this person for put their own, pull this person for put their own. And if government are the largest employer, it difficult for fair work for all man. Now that make we dey see rampant unemployment with the, and then when unemployment so high, and then the cost of living self that high, it's crazy. I don't know how people then they manage for survive na salon. Like, we can dey make jokes say salon all man a magician, but funny. Funny. Nobody no need for live that kind way dey. And at the hope say we go able for listen to Dr. Richard Konteh a analysis when it came to the bread and butter issues, because this nine day on everybody in mind. It difficult for you sit down, work self no day, the half and to much where you dey get, they even able for put food na your table, they even able for guarantee yourself 1 meal a day, let alone 3 square meals. It not easy. But we tell God thank you, say we get people them like Dr. Richard Konteh way they able for open we eye, let me see if they see what they go on and understand how we people then they be impacted with the cost of living. Um we also get other crises there where they hit we country. I'm sure we all don't watch video them on how push they impact this push business. The way they impact people them, the things the way then they do for try for get that high day. Salon is in a difficult place. The salon women member why be they grow up. Not other salon they at the see when I go there. I've been there salon recently. Um and things different. Things different. For work yourself, safely, it's not easy. If you go business, you they can't home after midnight. Not I know they talk say 2, 3 o'clock morning, and they say right after midnight. So checkpoint. So checkpoint. Then they search your motor car. It's like it discourage people then for go any side, or if you go some side you go did it till do clean before you go back na your house. And some of we get more responsibilities than for day na place to say do clean for avoid checkpoint. Well, we don't get Dr. Conte back with me. Dr. Conte, the floor is yours. Please pick up where you left off.
Yeah, I'll be the talk about the economy. and the situation of the country generally, I say it in a very bad state. I say inflation around 60%, but food inflation is 4%. And rice, I say last month bag of rice was 750 millions. Yesterday, same for almost 850 to 900 million. And it's with the new Finance Act, where governments don't pass, they don't increase taxes on rice and other essential commodities. We go naturally just the in this new year, prices could increase further. And when the price is the price of fuel, the price of basic commodities increase, it means more hard on the people there. So yes, when you look at the consumer price index, yes, they get basic commodities there. What do they look at for the food items, clothing, where those things where everybody use every day. And since those prices are up, they go up by the day, they see say the index on the increase. So generally, these are pointers for to just say like it's an economy in distress. And just in December, we even get a report say even the reserves, they don't significantly deplete the reserves. Now we barely get a little over 2 months of it. Now, usually government get in reserves, usually be there as of exports during APC time, not allowed to go below 6 months. We've been getting enough reserves for able to import commodities in this country, we will last for up to 6 months. Now, what we're doing now barely 2 months, and then in a clear distress situation. We also get a situation wherein the wage bill would also increase from about 260 billion, will be left for now it's over 400 billion, and there is no commensurate increase in revenue. Just need for Ghana ports would that be a major mainstay for revenue for the country. For that, say naturally can be. So revenue is significantly reduced. So the trend, and when you look at the way that they employ them by the day, with very exorbitant salaries, the situation can only get worse. They don't clearly know the institution for manage the economy. And you look at the inflation rate, the exchange rate is just the skyrockets. And I don't even think say the Bank of Salon gets any handle anymore on the exchange rate. So now free flow. And these are all pointers for suggest say things are not going too well for us as a country, and with the appeal to government for me to take necessary steps for ensure say there is the burden on the average Sierra Leonean.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh, because this is now a very serious issue. Another area where I just been one for raised because I see information where they cut out say starting March of this year, even the airport fee they go up. So right now na $25. Apparently they go up to $100, and some other feeding we they be included. Airport fee they will be included. Now the document where I see. The thing is, with every time where I see that document they post them, they see plenty people in the talk say, well, you look like say they're not going to cancel loan through Lunge anymore. Then go they go through other ports of entry. We get Guinea, we get Liberia, then go other ports of entry where you can come and then travel to Salon by road for avoid the exorbitant fee there. With respect to the airport fee, if not for cover the expenses of this new terminal where we get, it seemed to me like say this particular raise in the fees, they almost defeat the purpose. But I want to ask you, how is this going to affect we this airport? I mean, $100 for an airport where when you compare it to other airports, then like some people they really travel, you they see the services we available in other airports then, and you don't get for pay them kind fee there for accessing service then they you cancel on airports the service they know they're not there as much, and you get for paid and can feed them. Yeah, and I wonder how this they impact the overall economy.
We get what they call the effectiveness and the efficiency of any development intervention. Effectiveness, a measure of, say, I want to do the airport. Efficiency, now, you talk at what cost we build this airport here. None of the situation with the airport where they say we don't get. Yes, we don't get a new terminal, at least the first phase. We find it's beautiful compared to the previous one, but at what cost? It's exorbitant. We don't lose ownership of the airport and we don't mortgage them to a foreign partner at an exorbitant cost, which we hear is close to 300 million just for one terminal. I wonder what it will cost by the time they finish full length of the terminal. But that is one side. And then they see the government, they don't begin to have the time to the reality, say it was a very bad deal. I don't see, they don't shake up, they don't lay off one or two people who've be involved in that deal. And now they see, then they try for renegotiate the deal. I hope, say, they will do a very good job at that for renegotiator. But just last week, also, I see they put the Civil Aviation Authority, bring out the Airport Authority, then bring out a new posting where they talk about increases of various fees, even the security charge for just take person in biometric at the airport. They don't increase. You get to pay extra $5 each time we they pass through the airport, and they don't increase even landing fees. What did that get for happen like that? The cost for the airlines for land last year they increase. So the passenger Sierra Leone ticket is more expensive than any other country in the sub-region. So for land in Sierra Leone, it's more expensive than any other country in the sub-region, where they make them very expensive for the airlines there for land in Africa. Very expensive. Because the money they want to make. So if they can't land, it's expensive, and they know they get the passengers, the volumes, where they also need for make them compensate for the costs where they incur, no problem. And then for the passenger instead, where they decide for come through Sierra Leone, they don't compound the burden on them. Say they pass through Lunge, they don't pay so much money by ticket, they don't pay so much money inside Lunge again, and then for us again, car free tour, you get to pay another $90. $45 for go, $45 for car. Plus, you get to also spend on the handlers where they are around the. So all of these things put together, they make it very difficult for the country for make it be an attractive destination for doing business. And when it becomes a less attractive place for doing business, then it means the private sector where that they will come and create the jobs, create the money, pay the taxes where the government will use for doing activities in the day. So they get a government where they rely exclusively on own source funds. What did they from custom duty? They rob Peter for PayPal. You are getting nowhere. It's just to compound the problem for the average Sierra the situation would there. And at the film, it also become terrible that today now commodities no more than they import through Guinea and come by road to Sierra Leone. Now passengers prefer to go through Guinea and come in. And this is a huge loss to the country. Huge loss. Plus embarrassment for the country. So yes, I agree with you that it's a very difficult and unfortunate situation. And I wish the government can be a bit more considerate and think of the plight where all of these actions they get on with people and do the right thing. But solve the situation and ease the burden on the average level. And the film that to brothers and sisters, I mean, the security of the country, they don't want to sign up for. But on top of that, if the economics also they add up very well, then it is incentive to anybody where go work for country. I don't think it's helpful. I think the government needs to do something about that, and I believe it will be part of the overall strategy for ease the burden, ease the pain on people. If really then a government will care about how people feel.
Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. Wow, I did look at the time. It's fast, fast running out on us. But we get about something about 15 minutes, and I know say we get some hot button issues there we not touch it, and I think say it will be um will be fine for let we end this, we not go that side day. So let do a hard turn and just bring we back to with APC party and some of the difficulties where we did face with respect to the fact that we don't see one of we I think say I can classify as one of we more powerful politician them when we former president Anes Korma, we don't see him today charged with treason. And we know say former president is an individual for sure, but it also gets a very um, powerful effect and impact on we party, the All People's Congress. And I don't hear and see a lot of conversations around this whole thing. I just want for ask you for maybe um, just give me some ideas how this they impact we party on ground, because we all know Dede, the one the way Dede, they see that, then they see him, but we know Dede. So if you can just give me some ideas on how this is impacting the party itself.
It impacts the party very seriously, and it impacts the membership very seriously. President Koroman, a very popular president. He does serve this country for 10 years plus a few months. And in legacy, he therefore everybody foresee. And because of the way he carry himself during the time of the presidency, he endear himself to the citizenry. And so, like some of us will serve under him diligently, would receive calls all over the country. But just before I come on this interview, I received a call from somewhere in the south, not even from the north, from the south, from the east. Then they call, "Hey doc, how the pan now? Hey, okay, hey, how they do?" People are concerned, people are distressed, people are worried. And that day, now for me, a very serious concern. Me, no, matter day in a court, and therefore it would be wrong for me for comment on the substantive matter within a court. So they look at the referral issues around that. And then I will comment on for now. And I also say this it get a very serious impact on the people. And when I listened to the lawyer for Dr. Koroma, Dr. Ibike, and waiting how he characterize waiting don't happen so far from the 40 hours of interrogations to the charges where they don't make, and how he characterize them as a very dangerous precedent. I'm concerned, and for me as a unifier, as somebody who believes that this country will therefore come together, and as somebody who will also be part of an Eskoroma in government, and I know how if they deal with situations like this when it be there as government. I remember there was one time where if they come with a convoy where the current head of state began for block Dr. President Kuruma in convoy. Any other person, before don't take some other act, even make other accusations because of that singular action. But he did not. Instead, na impact. He wait for make the current president pass, and he continued in patrol. All in a way for ensure say we get peace and stability that we country. Because he find out say if he didn't take any act at that time, valid, reasonable as it would have been, Konteh it before don't lead to other things. So me feel say in times of challenges, in times of difficulties, leaders then get a responsibility for step up. That is that ECOWAS the attempt for try for bring sanity into the process, but the urge that they continue their engagement. Because wait till it happens, so may fear. I know we get a repeat of the Zambia situation. In Zambia, until when this president come, so we don't can stop him. Zambia, they get a situation after Kenneth Kaunda that where the guy will succeed and where he left, the person will hand over to, he arrest the predecessor in local Nigeria. Where himself come out, the one self where he left, he arrest her in local. So it was becoming a pattern that where any president can in the locking predecessor. They say we get for look at the presidency and attach a lot of importance. If you have to arrest the former president, make it become so obvious that it's necessary. If it becomes so obvious to everybody that no, this is necessary, this was here, which is do so for whole. But we are everything shrouded in confusion and doubts, and all man get your opinion. I think say we have to tread a bit cautiously and look at the bigger picture of the country and ensure say as leaders we work. Me don't engage with some people on the other side. At the time for talk say people with less need for calm and save this country. The trajectory where things to go at this country, the division where they take that this country are the polarization, and not the lead we anywhere positive. When I listen to international commentaries on international radio and TV media, when I read newspapers, international commentaries, how they characterize the country. If I then the worry pass away this country about where. And I think say when they also think of the history of a country, which I don't come from, and some of the things that we've been take me to which I will be there, and they look at what they happen now, that the fear say this country is going down a very slippery slope. And so I think say I want to appeal to leaders across the board for say this at the time for make sanity prevail. Sierra Leone now one country, and we get for Libya as brothers and sisters. Alienating one part of the country just because you get power today will take you nowhere. But you don't even enjoy that power, they say. You don't enjoy. Because you do always in action. You always say, oh, this will happen, this will happen. I remember during the days of the APC, then the see policeman would go on. The sit inside Matuka, they drive all over the town. We ministers, we be they go on a beach, we go, we relax, we enjoy, we all over the place. We will not be get anything for fear. It's not happening now. So and I think say let some of these realities sink in. Let these things then sink in into we minds, into we psyche, and let we know. However long anybody, I should say President Kobe be in power, the PSA will be there forever. He did for 10 years plus. Now he's former president. President Bio don't come. However long you for the day, one fine day they'll call him former. Somebody else will come in. That person said, you go there, one fine day will say former. So when you are in power, you don't for things say one fine day you will not be there. And because you will not be there one fine day, you therefore be careful the actions the way you take. So in difficult times like this, leaders will step up. So they appeal to leaders in the APC, leaders in the SLPP, people with level heads, people with a spirit of peace and harmony and cohesion in this country for step up and let we try for see how we can bring sanity for beyond this process. This road will take is not helpful. There will be no winner to continue along this road. There will only be degree of losing. And fortunately, the greatest loser will be Sierra Leone. I may not want that. Sierra Leone are the only, and only when we as Sierra Leoneans then come together and work as one for a better Sierra Leone, that will make this country a better place. That is why me are the unifier. That is my ambition. That is why I'm still all over the place. That's why I'm even a part of this tripartite committee, because I believe we need for right the wrongs. We need for ensure say if something wrong, Lord can say it's wrong. But if it's not wrong, it's not wrong. And let we try to see in the process of ensuring the healing, let we not cause more damage and remedy of the situation. So I believe say the issue with Dr. Koroma is a very, very sensitive issue, a very serious issue. And the pray say will not get a repeat of the Palo case, where they hide Angola and treason. You know, now the same way in 2019, me, I be a victim. I did at my office one day, I received a call from ACC, they say me don't thief $11 million. So then they come for car arrest me at my office. I said, no, no need for car. Who's out now? They say, no, it's still, I said, they can't. I go there as I reach, they say, I don't under arrest. I said, I know. I said, what charge? Then they say, for $11 million, please money. I said, the money lost. When I don't go check the bank of salary, the money not did it. When I don't ask NP, they don't pay the money in 3 tranches. You know good at the account. So what do they can't hold me for? Money no loss. When I can't hold me for money, they lock me up 5 days for nothing. If now America or England, I mean I'm multi-millionaire. They lock me up for nothing. They investigate me for 3.5 years. Only for can write a report say money no loss. The money in the bank. You know the nothing. But he said, why not do we that number? Me accountant. The Minister of Finance, the OP account. If you are no account, I know what the Minister of Finance. Now me, we don't left government 10 years before. Now me go remember which accounts will be open. Is that my job as a minister? No. But they locked me for 5 years. They investigated 3.5 years. You know, only for can't tell me at the end of the day, no, sorry, sir, nothing will happen. You know, so this rush to judgment, this rush for accused people is not helpful. These hated notions where people they get about others is not helpful. Before you accuse anybody, before you infringe on the dignity of the person to an extent that you humiliate the person and bring her down just because you feel you get an edge over the person at that moment, I don't think it's helpful. I don't think it's helpful. Me don't be a victim, so I know. So when I talk about these things, I know how it feels. I know how it feels because I don't be a victim myself, you know. And I know what even the worst enemy make you go through what he may go through. And if we all say vindictiveness, now would they make the order of the day, then it could be terrible for we country. It could be terrible for posterity. Somebody, I remember when I did the first year we go, not to come and beat me. But when we go second year, we call meeting among ourselves. Now we say, listen, we don't beat nobody. So now we stop the beating of first year students at matriculation, which we hear. It has to stop with us. So we the second year there, now we go and protect the first year there, let them come out, let them not beat them. I think at any point in time, somebody has to be the sacrificial. And they invite people for joining me in this crusade for say, enough is enough. We don't ruin this country enough. We don't cause damage this country enough. But it has to stop. We have to bring a turnaround to put this country back on the right trajectory for sustainable growth and development in an atmosphere of peace, unity, and stability.
Thank you very much, Dr. Konteh. You really make some very, very astute points there. We dey draw to a close right now, and again, I dey remind una say una dey listen to it on www.richardkonteh.com, and the Konteh is with a K. I dey also ask una for share the link, even if they catch the last 2-3 minutes, then go able for go back and go watch them again on YouTube and all we social media platform them. A final question to you. Well, actually, not really a question, but I just want to give you the platform for kind of wrap up and say goodbye to we, especially we APC grassroots and members. As a senior stakeholder in the party, whose message you go want for the APC and the area?
Members of the APC, well-meaning Sierra Leoneans, we country they go through very difficult time. When you drive around Freetown, you just feel it in the air. But say things are not normal. These are not normal times. So it impact we personally. When we see loved ones, when we see people that we depend on for we sustenance, when we see people that we look up to for we everyday survival, we say that they go through certain things. It's disturbing. It's worrisome. And I say even in time within we own APC Party, when we see the types of exchanges with the in different social media groups. When they go now, different basis, we see the types of discussions where they happen. I don't think saying that we want for the party at this time. But I want to make members of the APC, they know, say, these are not very abnormal situations when you're in opposition. These things do happen. You know, people that left to exploit the downtrodden. But I think say this at the time where we as APC people there for stand firm. Because we sung, we anthem say in the struggles of the APC. Let we believe say, what will they go through now? Are just a face. Let we see up as the dark cloud in the APC. But if we remain focused, we go able to see the silver lining. And when we focus on that silver lining, not on the dark cloud, then it will be time for we. I believe say this situation we will go through for make we more resilient as APCers, for make we stronger. And then we see how we can transform this problem where we go through now into a potential, for make we build a more vibrant APC. We go regain power and salvage this country. That is my desire. We can make it together. Everybody important, everybody useful, everybody get a part to play, and we all foresee each other as brothers and sisters. We can all get our own different persuasions. It no matter. That don't make we enemies. What's important that we all get one country, Sierra Leone, we all get one party, APC, others then get their own party then. But we in the APC, we need for be united, we need for stand by each other, and we need for ensure say we redeem this country. History don't show we say APC get a track record for be a humane party, a caring party, a party where they respond to the everyday needs of the ordinary man, a party where they embrace everybody's country regardless of who side you born, regardless of who side you come out. We not identify people as it is by virtue of their tribe or their region. No. APC are indeed all people's Congress, all Sierra Leoneans Congress. That is what it is. That is what it has to be. Together, make it. We all now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Konteh. Well, folks, there you have it. We have come to the end of our show, our first show in 2024. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to us and listening to Dr. Konteh. We did not ignore your questions that you posted online. Unfortunately, it's been a while since we had one of these shows, and it was really difficult to get to those questions. But I want to say that they're not going to be lost in the crowd. We will pull them out. We will have them on some subsequent shows. I want to invite you again.
Answer them next week.
Yes. Okay. So there you have it. Dr. Konteh has promised to answer your questions next week. I want to invite you to join us on a weekly basis from now, every Saturday, 9 p.m. Sierra Leonean time. I am on the Pacific time, so it is 1 p.m. for me, and it is 3 p.m. Eastern time. You will always be able to reach us on www.richardkonteh.com, and that's Konteh with a K. And you will be able to find us on all our social media platforms. So any one of them, you go on and type in Dr. Richard Konteh, or even just Richard Konteh, you'll be able to join us. Thank you so much, and a pleasant 2024 to you. And I'm going to give Dr. Konteh the last minute to just say a quick goodbye.
Bambodem, thank you very much for granting me audience. Thank you for listening. Let we digest, let we internalize everything we don't hear. The questions that we ask will not be getting enough time. Next week, we will try all of those questions and more. During this period, go on our Facebook page. If you get any questions, anybody in the up, we go look at them and we go. The whole idea about this program, make we able to surface, interact, and share with us, and share our ideas and how we will make this country a better place. I want to wish everybody a happy New Year. I want to wish all of us a peaceful Sierra Leone, and I want to wish everybody, including we leaders, peace, joy, happiness. together we can make Sierra Leone a better place. May God help you.
Amen. Thank you. Have a good afternoon, everybody.